Hello, my name is Pedro Ivo Palacio Leite. I am a PhD student in the graduate program in the Pharmaceutical Science of Ribeirão Preto. My project is about the development of new inhibitors of the LBDAODA enzyme through fragment-based drug discovery (FBDD). The fragment-based drug discovery is an initial method of optimizing candidates for pharmaceuticals. The pharmaceutical industry, academic institutions, and biotechnology sectors have already included the FBDD method in its routines in the development of new drugs and has been an alternatively to traditional methods in drug planning. Conventionally, the approach in FBDD, you can follow some key steps. Selection of the target of the interest, development of the fragment library, and sorting of the fragments and elaboration of the fragments. It is recently intensified the interest in evaluating the inhibition of the biosynthesis of paradigm as a strategy for the treatment of inflammatory and autoimmune disease. DAODA are flavoenzymes responsible for catalyzing the 14-step paradox in the biosynthesis way of pyridine de novo. The AODAs are divided into class 1, class 1A, class 1B, and class 2, according to sequential analogy and subcellular location and substrate preference. The literature has shown some results regarding the inhibition of DAODA of trypanosoma cruzi and leishmania major. And the leishmaniasis has a right annual incidence and affects more than 22 million people worldwide. The aims development of new inhibitors of the LBDA-ODA enzyme through fragment-based drug discovery (FBDD), specific aims, and develop new binders based on the complex structure involving DAODA, test the activity of compounds in DAODA, selecting the best inhibitors in the DAODA and make a FBDD project. Finding binders in the FBDD for the DAODA enzyme that are selective and potent is extremely necessary. Therefore, it's necessary the development of fragment targeting this target in specific, whether to better understand its substrate liganding relationship by means of X-ray crystallography or by the development of new therapeutic agents. DODA is validated drug target. Development of the new compounds is necessary. FBDD is a robust technology. Some drugs based on targeted DAODAs in the FBDD and methods has right rates. For material and methods for enzymatic enzymes, This method is to measure the rate of the enzymatic catalysis during the gradual addition of substrate in an enzymatic solution. For determination of the crystallography structure, LBDA-ODA crystal will be grown at the 22 degrees Celsius for a period on week, and the inhibitors will be incorporated into LBDA-ODA crystals. For fragment-based drug discovery, initially the target will have been established and the fragments will be chosen after the utilization of screening methods for rational synthesis. About result analysis, enzymatic science, results and discussion. Screening was performed. The selected fragments have adequate profile for FBDD studies, present structural diversity for molecular recognition, presence of polar groups, and accessible vectors and fragments, growth, and adequate physical chemical properties in these fragments. It's here. Heterocycles have bioisoster functions, which are fundamental in the physical chemical of the compounds. This is the screen. About FBDD planning, results and discussion, and for rational synthesis, and finally a good candidate, the fragments that went through the screen with the nucleus containing 1A indazole, present to here, were the ones that obtained the best performance against the enzyme LBDA-ODA. And this fragment growth is being planned in a way that binds to the series of the enzyme LBDA-ODA. The two main iodine compounds, it's here, 3 iodine 1-tosyl-1A indazole and 3 iodine 1A indazole, it's here, were synthesized in perspective or the King access position. It's here in this position for fragment growth and through Sonogashira clopping, and this is fragments. From perspective from the next step and partial conclusion, for these results, a docking study will be done in order to establish which functional groups and position are most interesting for the study of activity against the enzyme LBDA-ODA. In addition, the next step involving the collation of crystal to observe the density of the linking to the target to better guide the scientists in planning. To date, screening teams from the DSF essays has allowed the basis of which fragments have the best activity against the enzyme LBDA-ODA, which will allow the growth of the 3-iodine 1A indazole fragment. Thank you for a presentation.